my name. You my ride to die when you left my side. I got a man, can't let go of my pain. All of these moments inside you. Wake up each day just to find you. I drive a million miles to surprise you. Who's put on this earth to guide you? All of your features, loving what I see you, loving everything about. Every single moment that I hold you, getting to know you. Just had to open my mouth. Smiling, you nigga, you know it. I want to see it when you walk up in the stand. Put on that shit to show. That's you real when you call me your man.
Okay, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you may happen to be, ladies and gentlemen. There are people on this call dialing in from North America, from Australia, from mainland Europe, from all over the UK, all over the world, quite literally. And tonight we're all calling in for exactly the same reason. We're calling in because the world is going through a crazy, crazy time right now. And a lot of people really don't know where it's going right now, but there's a lot of uncertainty and they want to do something about it. In the last few months, you all know how the world has changed in a way that none of us could have predicted back on January the 1st. It might never go back to what it used to be. The thing is that an awful lot of people are finding that they don't want it to go back to that either. An awful lot of people have found that they actually like having more time at home with their families. They're finding that, well, some of them might not have a choice about whether they go back. Some people may find that the economy is going to suffer and their jobs won't exist, and I'm already hearing those stories. But some people just simply don't want to, and they want a different option, and they want to take control of their own life. So what if there was a way that you could actually have complete control over your life today, right now? No matter what the circumstances may be, something that couldn't affect you ever again. And that's really what we're here to talk about right now. We're going to talk about a way that you can actually start to make an additional income from home without having to step outside the door, and without having to worry about what the world is going to throw at you. So this guy actually wrote a book about it. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. And when he wrote his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he came up with this diagram. He called it his cash flow quadrant. And he said on the left-hand side of the quadrant, there are two kinds of people. There are people who have a job. That's 60% of the people in the world. They have regular working hours. They go out and they get paid for the hours that they work. Below that are the self-employed people. Now, they don't necessarily have regular working hours. They're the boss, but they still have to go and put the hours in. And if they don't put the hours in, they're not going to get paid. On the opposite side of the quadrant, however, they're the big business owners. I'm not talking about guys that employ 5 or 10 people or even 100 people. I'm talking about people who run companies that employ thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. They don't have to go to work. If they decide to take a week off, a month off, even a year off, the business continues coming, money keeps coming in, they keep getting paid. And finally, there are the investors, people who just don't think about work at all because they let their money do the work for them. They can go and sell themselves on some desert island, they can do whatever they want, they can waltz off to Cannes and Monte Carlo and live the life that they want, knowing that their money is working for them and it's going to keep bringing money in, day out. Here's the really sad thing about this. On the left-hand side of that quadrant, 95% of the people in the world earn just 5% of the money that's available in the world. Whilst on the other side of the quadrant, 5% of the world earn 95% of the money that's available. Now, you might think that's not fair, and I wouldn't say it's fair either. But we can't change that. But if you can't change it, my dad always told me if you can't beat them, join them. So is it possible for you to move from one side of that quadrant to the next? And I believe it is. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about how you can learn how to make your money work for you and capitalize on that so that you don't have to worry the next time something happens like the circumstances the world's faced with right now. So, welcome to the forex market. The forex market is the biggest single market in the world. I remember years and years ago, an uncle of mine retiring with a big chunk of money behind him. And he told my dad that he'd spent every Friday just looking at the Financial Times and going through stocks and shares and buying little shares. And he left work, he finished work with a sort of a 7-figure sum. And I thought that was big money, but the forex market is way, way bigger. It's a market that's worth $6.6 trillion every single day. That's not every week, not every month, not every year. That's every single day. That makes it the biggest market in the world. In my formal career, when I used to work for someone else, I worked for Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, and a few other major car manufacturers. If I look at what I used to do for a living, if I think about car manufacturers, if you think about every single car manufacturer in the world, whether that be Mercedes, Lexus, Ford, Rolls-Royce, any of them, in fact, all of them, put every single one together, they won't come to $6.6 trillion turnover, probably in a year, let alone a day. So that's what makes this market so astonishing. It's a market that's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, anywhere in the world. So although we've got people on this call from all around the world, everyone can participate in this market, because no matter where you are, when you're awake, the market's open, and when you're asleep, the market's still open for someone else. So let's give you a quick idea of how it works. Currencies are always traded in pairs. So you imagine we have a base currency and a quote currency. So you imagine a trade between the Great British Pound and the United States dollar. If the pound's going down in price, because they're traded in pairs, the dollar must go up in price. It's a bit like a seesaw. And similarly, if the pound is going up in price, the dollar must come down. That's the way it works. That's really good news for us, because what it means is, a few months ago, when the pandemic hit worldwide, there was a massive, massive crash on the stock market. Billions of dollars wiped off the market overnight. Didn't affect the forex market, because although some countries' currencies dived in value, other currencies went up. So one came down, the other one came up. All you need to know to capitalize on this market is which way the market's moving, which currency is going up, which currency is going down. And that's really what we're here to teach you. So we partner with a company called IM Academy. IM Academy is the biggest online academy on the planet that teaches how to understand the markets. We were established back in 2013. To date, we have almost 250,000 customers worldwide who learn this every single day, and they learn how to trade. The way they do it, we have a number of academies. We have our Forex Academy, we have our High Frequency Forex Academy, we also have our Digital Currency Academy. And we send people to a website that we call Go Live. That's like our own online TV channel. And the way it works is you just go across and you take a look at the chart on there to see who's on at the time that you want to go on, and you have a look and you watch an expert. We have 168 professional traders who trade all around the world, all around the clock, and you can see who's there, click onto a live broadcast and follow what they do. So they'll teach you how to trade. Here's the interesting thing though. If you're prepared for it, if you actually go with an account that's open and ready, you can watch the traders and they'll say to you, I'm going to take a trade on this particular pair. And they'll tell you the trade. They'll tell you all the numbers that they're going to put in, and you can put the same numbers into your own app on your own phone. And when they make profit, you'll make profit as well. The difference is you get to keep all of your own profit. So let's give you a quick peek around it. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for the moment. And I'm actually going to click into the Academy right now. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is you get to see. So if I just go to here. Okay. So I need to log in again. So once this clicks in, go for it. No, it's a tick. It would do, wouldn't it? I had this ready and waiting, and it kicks me out. Okay, so start off with the first thing that you're going to notice is that you get to choose which language you want to listen in. We have multiple different languages that we teach in. As I said, we actually work in 120 different countries around the world, and we broadcast in more than 13 different languages. And you can take a look. These are some of our top educators, and you can see who's the most popular sessions that are around and pick what you like. Now, all that you need to do then is come down, pick the subject that you want to learn about, whether that be forex, whether that be high frequency forex, whether that be about digital currencies. I'm going to click into high frequency forex for a moment. So we just click onto here, and as we click in, you're going to come down and you're going to see the timetable. My computer's on a go slow as ever, and I'm on the faster computer, so that doesn't bode well. But as this comes up, you can see across the top, we've got all the days across the top, and you look down, all you need to do is pick which day. So we look on Thursday. Now we can actually see these times are US times. We've got 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's actually both the same time, just two different time zones. So that actually equates to 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Central Europe time. And you just pick to see who's on at the time that you want to go in. I'm just going to pick on a particular educator. Millie's not on live at the moment, but although she's not on live, you can actually see what we're going to see, because this was the last session that Millie did. Whenever she does a live broadcast, the sessions are always recorded, so you can click back in for the sake of learning. You can't take the trades if you're not on live, because they won't be valid and you run the risk of losing money. But nonetheless, you can learn from it, and that's the purpose of this in the first instance. So when you actually get in, all that you need to do, when this resolves itself here, we can click on watch again. As I said, this was a previous session from a couple of days ago, and we're just going to click in here. So I'm going to wait for the video to load up. Once it loads up, you're going to see exactly what everyone sees. So people log in, and they literally get to see Millie choose different pairs, and she'll explain which trade she's going to take and why she's going to take it. This one is still resolving, it's still going around. So they actually get to take whichever pair they want. All that you need to do, as I said, is copy the trade, have the same program running on your mobile phone, on an iPad, on another computer if you happen to have one. Do whatever you like. You can watch this on anything you like, or anything from a mobile phone right through to a smart TV. So I'm going to stop sharing that, because that's just on a go slow right now. That's not working, and I'm going to go back into the presentation. In fact, rather than go directly into the presentation, that's the principle of how it works. You literally just come across, take a look at the site, listen to one of the educators, and follow what the educators do. And rather than go straight back into my presentation, I'm going to do something that we started to do a couple of weeks ago, and it's proving to be very, very popular. And that is, if you're looking at this for the first time, you're getting to see my view on it, really. Well, let's give you someone else's view. Let's give you, let's tell you what it's like from the point of view who someone is using this system right now and has been with us for a short space of time, and see exactly what they're doing. Now, I've done these interviews, as I said, for a few weeks now. And last week, I said to all of the guys that are actually part of this business right now, who would you like to hear from? And I got a list of nominations from people who they feel are actually working this and have something to contribute and something they'd like to hear. I'm hoping you're going to like it as well. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to a lady who's been with us for just a few months. And couldn't unmute you for a second then, Katie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on full screen. This lady's been with us for a couple of months now, and she's made some real waves in the time that she's been with us, because in the short space of time that she's been with us, she's really established herself as being A, really, really good at this, and B, incredibly popular with all the people, because we have a real community here that works together. Her name's Katie Whittaker. Katie, can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Hi, Katie.
Hello.
Tell everyone where you come from and what your background is, first of all. Let's give people an idea of who you are.
Yeah, my name's Katie. I'm 38. I'm married with 2 children. I'm from Sheffield. My early 20s, I managed pubs. And then after I'd had my firstborn, I ran a healthier alternative sweet treat business from home. And now I own a sandwich shop, stroke health cafe, in the local village, which is a very busy, successful little business.
Okay. So how did you actually come to hear about IM Academy?
Well, Daisy is my upline, and we all know how much Daisy loves to talk about this business. So I'd seen Daisy's actually a personal trainer at the gym that I train at. So I'd seen that Daisy had been talking about this on Facebook. So I dropped her a message to see what it were all about, and here I am today.
Okay. So have you ever traded before?
Never know.
No. So what
No.
was it? What was it that appealed to you in the first instance?
I think it was mainly because I saw that Daisy were doing it and she was quite excited about it. And obviously I know Daisy well from gym. And my shop had to close. Well, I decided to close my shop down due to obviously the COVID. So I just thought, you know what? Absolutely love to learn new things. I love to keep my mind active and study. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sod it. I'm going to give it a go. And when she told me what it were about, I didn't even think twice about jumping in. I like that. Where do I sign them in?
Okay. So how long have you actually been doing this then?
It's coming up about 3 months now.
3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's two sides of the business, and I've just talked a little bit about trading. There's another side of the business I'm going to touch on afterwards, and that's where you can actually go out and build a team and help other people to do the same thing. And you're doing some things that are really setting yourself up tremendously well for that. But have you ever built a team before of anything, of any kind?
Never know.
You haven't?
No.
So what you're doing right now is just completely new to you, just throwing yourself into it. Okay, all right. So has it all been plain sailing for you?
God, no. No. I am a very sore loser. Very sore loser. And in trading, unfortunately, you're going to lose. It is inevitable. Now, I trade HFX, which is high frequency forex, and this is really fast paced. So you can you can win trades in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes or whatever time you decide to choose. And I'm not even joking when I say this has turned me into a crazy lady, crazy. I'm sat there in my kitchen and I'm shouting at my screen. I can't even repeat on here what I say when I lose. It's just, I just can't. And then so the emotions. So then I remember the first time I went from my demo account to my real account, I put a pound trade on, and I won. So I was jumping around my kitchen oh my God, I won. And my husband was oh, how much have you won? I'm 70p. I won 70p. And I was and later, because I won 70p, so yeah, the emotions is crazy. So no, it's not being plain sailing. And I really, really do need to learn to be a better loser, because I'm going to have to get used to it.
Okay. How do you fit this around? You said you're a mum of 2.
Yes.
We're in lockdown right now.
Yeah.
Presumably your children aren't going to school. How does this fit around running a household?
I don't know. To be fair, I'm pretty lucky because my children are my son's 13 tomorrow and my daughter was 9 last week. So I'm pretty lucky as in the fact that my son has got his Xbox, so he's absolutely, and my daughter, she's on TikTok or whatever it is, and they can entertain themselves. But it's just, I don't know, I suppose it's just a case of me just I love to I know it sounds really sad, but I love to go upstairs at 9 o'clock and sit there with my candlestick Bible. I'm happy as a picking poo doing that. So yeah, just yeah, it's not too hard, to be fair, to fit it around my home life.
Okay.
And I'm just really enjoying doing it. And I suppose you just really do find the time to do things that you really do enjoy.
So when I talked about building a team, although you're really just about to get started building a team, you've done a few things for the team, because I said we've got a very active community of people that works together. A couple of weeks ago, you started a messenger group. Mm-hmm. That the idea was just so that people could get together and discuss what they're doing and discuss any problems and also share any ideas that they've got. Now, that wasn't something that we formally set up. That was your idea from discussing it with a couple of other people. Mm-hmm. How many people are in it now?
God, got going on 70 now.
Because I've never seen a group as busy and as active as that in my life. Yeah. There are hundreds of messages going in there every single day. But a lot of people are getting a lot of help out of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now you're just going to set another one up.
Yeah.
Right. It's no wonder people like you, because the help that you're actually giving people is astonishing. So what's been, I've said it hasn't all been plain sailing. What's been the hardest lesson you've had to learn?
I would say the hardest lesson is learning to walk away when you're losing. Like, you have got to have a plan, and you have got to stick to that plan. Like, for now, I've decided, you know, if I lose 3 trades in a row, that is it. My computer's going down and I'm literally walking away and I'm done for the day. Do not revenge trade and try and win your money back, which I've done a few times. You need to have proper risk management in place. And if you do have that, then you will be absolutely fine. But it's the emotions part that I think anybody would agree with me is definitely the hardest thing.
Now, if you've never traded before, you're using expressions that I hear professional traders use on a daily basis, but you've never traded before. You've only been doing this for 3 months. Where have you learned all of this from?
From the academy.
And how do you find it using the academy?
Amazing. Like, I can't even express how amazing it is. Like, the platform has the tools to turn anyone like myself, you know, who's never traded before, into a very profitable trader. It's just, I can't even explain how amazing it really, really is. There's so much information, you know, that the videos that you watch are so informative. And at the end of the day, I've never traded before. I've only been doing it 3 months, and you know, that's where I've learned it from. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So we talked about the hardest lesson that you've had to learn, and that's to walk away from it. What's the biggest benefit you've had?
Again, like, for me, like, I'd say 2 things really. Like, going back to the academy, learning the skill of trading. Like, I've literally fell in love with learning how to trade. And like I said, that academy is it's mind blowing. The information is amazing. And also, I've got to mention the team. You know, the team that we've got, the team members. They are the most friendliest bunch of people I have ever met. Like, we're all so supportive. You know, we all want to help each other. Like, I am a really firm believer in what you want for yourself, you want for others. And honestly, and this is like, each of us to succeed. And, you know, in a group of, you know, a lot of people, that is, you know, it's really special to find that, you know, in a big group of people. They're all brilliant.
That's
and
fabulous.
So we've never met either. It's brilliant.
Okay. So what excites you the most for the future now with this?
Geez, have we got all night?
No.
Bob's on at 9, so I need to hurry up, don't I?
Yep.
Oh man. I'd say for me, it's just the fact that, like, there's no limit to where you can go with this business. There's just literally no limit. When I first signed up, like I said, I'd shut my shop due to COVID, and I literally just wanted to do something that, you know, would make me. I remember saying to my husband, if I can make £50 a week, £100 a week, I'll be happy with that. You know, something to pass me time. Didn't want to build a team, weren't bothered. Now 3 months on, I've actually taken a step back from my business. I only work in my shop 3 days a week now. I want to become an absolutely amazing trader. I want to be an amazing profitable trader. And I think it's just been these last few weeks now that I've actually thought, and I've seen how well Daisy's doing, and I've just thought, you know what, I absolutely love to help people, and I just now want to build a monster team of amazing traders and networkers, and the sky literally really is the limit with this company. It's amazing.
Fantastic. I've got 2 quick questions, then we're going to wrap it up. So first of all, what's your favorite strategy?
Evan. For me, it's definitely Evan Cabral. I just think that his videos are fab. He's an amazing teacher, and I've had quite a lot of, that's the success that I've had through, you know, my account with doing this strategy.
Okay. All right. And last question, where do you see yourself with this in 6 months from now?
6 months from now, I would like to have compounded my trading account by a very large amount, which if I carry on doing what I'm doing, I 100% will. I would absolutely love to get to Platinum 2000 by Christmas. If not that, definitely Platinum 1000. And on Christmas Day, I want to be sat around my table, stuffing my face with turkey and thinking, do you know what, Kate? Well done, lass. You have literally achieved your first set of goals that you set out to do.
Fantastic. Katie, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Very welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Katie, guys, everybody, we interviewed Katie because when I asked people who they wanted to hear from, everyone said they wanted to hear Katie's view on this. And I think it was a fabulous idea to do exactly that. I'm going to go back to my presentation. I'm going to finish off the slideshow just to show you exactly what the rest of the benefits of joining this business are. So you've heard from Katie, and you've heard what Katie's got out of it. And I'm hoping by now that you can see there's something in it for yourself. So the question then is, how do you get started? Well, getting started is fairly straightforward. First of all, to join the Academy, there's a subscription, there's a registration fee. The registration fee is $235. Now, that's whether you choose to go on the Forex pack, whether you go for the high frequency Forex pack, whether you go for the digital currency pack. There is another pack, if you like, called the Elite package, which is $100 more, and it gives you access to every single strategy that we offer around the world. And when I'm saying strategies, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, don't worry about it, because the Academy is there to teach you these things. So we take some technical expressions and turn them into everyday things that you'll know. And you could recognize from the way Katie was talking that a couple of months in, she's talking like a professional already. That could be you 3 months from now. So choose your package and you get started for $235 or $335, whatever it may be. Once you've paid that, there is a monthly subscription to stay with the Academy. It's $175 per month. That's about £140. The reality of it is you'd expect to make substantially more than that from trading, but there is another way that you can make sure that you don't have to worry about that. First thing I would add is that we actually give a 7-day money back guarantee. So you've got nothing to lose by trying this. Get started with it. If you don't like what you see, within the first 7 days, ask for your money back and we'll give you money back without any question whatsoever. If you don't like the monthly subscription, even though you want to stay with the Academy, all you need to do is to refer 2 active customers. And once you've got 2 customers, your subscription is free as well. And there's a third option. And the third option is a little bit of something we touched on with Katie, and that's talking about turning this into a business for yourself, becoming an independent business owner. It's a bit like an affiliate program, much like Amazon runs or eBay runs and every other big company in the world these days. You act as an affiliate and you help us to find more new customers. If you find 2 customers, as I said, your subscription's free. But if you find 3 customers, then we're going to start to pay you. First of all, for every customer who joins on either the Forex pack, the digital pack, or the HFX pack, we'll pay you $25. If they start on the Elite pack, we'll pay you $50. But it gets more interesting than that, because if you've got 3 customers, in addition to paying you $25 for each one that gets started, we will also pay you $150 every single month that they stay on subscription. And the numbers grow from there, because once you actually bring 3 people in, this is where we talk about the team that Katie and I were just talking about. Because as they stay in, any more people that they bring in all become part of your team. When you've got 12 people in your team, then you actually get $600 a month. By the time you've got 30 customers that are using this insurance, and you just heard Katie say that her idea is to grow a monster team of people that she can help to get the same benefits that she's got. By the time you've got 30 customers, you actually reach the rank of Platinum 1000, which Katie mentioned. That pays you $1,000 every single month. We get paid on Fridays. So every Friday, like clockwork, $250 goes into your bank accounts. And the numbers go up from there. So you can see these ranks here. So find 75 customers, your Platinum 2000 will pay you $500 every Friday. Find $225, we'll pay you $1,250 every Friday. Find 500 customers, and we've got people on this call right now who've got that, we'll pay you $2,500 every single Friday, plus bonuses. And the ranks go up and up and up. And we have people in our business earning all these numbers that you can see weekly, right up to here, $125,000 a week, which sounds crazy. But in fact, in the last 2 weeks, we've actually promoted 3 people to ranks that are bigger than we actually show on there. They've built teams far bigger than that. And now we're actually paying 3 different people in the company $750,000 every single month just for building a team. Now that's taken them 4 or 5 years to get to that. How long it takes you, it's completely up to you. Whether you're at 750,000, let's be honest with you, if 4 years down the line, if you're only getting paid $25,000 a week, it's not going to be a tragedy, is it? Where you go is completely up to you. The question with IM Academy is not what this is going to cost you to get started, but what can you become? And the answer is whatever you want to be. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. And if you're looking at this for the first time, what I would say to you is get back to the person who invited you onto this call and ask them how you get started. But there's one more person I want to speak to right now, because I said to you that we actually had someone on this call who is actually at that point where he's making more than 10,000 a month. And I can't see him on here at all. Simon, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. You've gone off my front screen for some strange reason. Okay, yeah. So I'd like to introduce you to Simon Brooks, who's a very, very good friend of mine. Simon and I have known each other now for close on 30 years. His hair's gone white, mine's fallen out. We've known each other for a very, very long time. Simon has been in this industry for more than 30 years, and he's made an awful lot of money. Simon, tell people exactly how good this industry has been to you and how good this company is more than anything else.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Simon Brooks from Formby in Merseyside. I've been in this industry for just over 32 years. Some people turn around and say, wow, that's like a bloody prison sentence. Well, I suppose it is, because I've actually made over 14 million. So I feel as though I've robbed the bank. But anyway, the benefit is I've done all the pills, potions, lotions, tablets, skincare, face cream, coffee, all those types of companies. And I tell you now, they are hard. Now, if you're speaking to a friend of yours and you're trying to be promoting a health product, now, agreed, we all know we want better health. But if you turn around and say, you need to try this, you need to buy this, you need to do this, you're trying to play the convincing game. And I've done that for years and years and years and years. Getting involved with this opportunity, you've got proof, you've got facts, and the benefit is we are promoting money. And 99.9% of the population are into making money. Ask the population, are they into skincare? Now, I know we've got a lot of women in the business, and they possibly might be. But I tell you now, if they were like my wife, she's very specific on the type of skincare that she uses. So if she goes to a party plan, would she buy that skincare? No, because she always buys the same skincare because it suits her, it likes her, and everything else. And that's the same with a lot of other companies' products. The benefit you've got with IM Academy is that we can actually show people, and when we actually trade, we're not guessing the market. We are getting trained on how to predict the market in our favor. Now, if that wasn't the case, that's called gambling. If it means that you can be trained, or you go on a go live, which means you have an expert calling the trades, then that's phenomenal. That's not gambling. That's being honest, and that's making serious general money. Now, I will mention this one piece of icing on the cake. We're talking about HFX, which is high frequency trades. The biggest, sexiest part of HFX is whatever money you make if you live in the UK. Now, sorry, Lewis, I know Lewis is in Australia, but what profit you make is tax free. Yeah, tax free. Can you believe it? Oh my God. It's like some people say, oh yeah, it's tax for, isn't it? Or is it? Can you prove it? Well, the reason why it's tax free, and I would just spend these few seconds, is because the government put it under the umbrella of gambling. And if any of you have ever heard of spread betting, they know that people lose money, spread betting, and they know people lose money trading HFX. So what they say is, okay, if you've lost money, we can't take that off your income tax. But what we will do is if you make money, we won't charge you income tax. Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. Now, the majority of people lose money on HFX. We don't. We make money. Katie is crushing it, absolutely crushing it. and she's got one of her partners called Tracy, who's crushing it. There's loads of them. I'm just mentioning 2 girls' names, but there's loads of them that's crushing it. I mean, Fleur, who's on this call, is crushing it. And Andy is I don't want to mention everybody, but there's a stack of people that are crushing it. What excites me the most is heads you in, tails you in. It's like, it's not a loss. But here's another benefit. The majority of people that are looking at this opportunity for the very, very first time that have got a job, which is great, but you getting involved in this business, you can offset so much stuff against your income tax. Give you an example. Have you got a mobile phone? Yeah, everybody's got a mobile phone. You claim it against your business. Do you actually put petrol in the car? Yes, great, you claim it against your business. And so forth. There's so many. I could do a whole training on what you can offset on your business. Might get put away for 3 years, but hey, it's all fun and games. But yeah, but this business works 100% of the time for 100% of the people that give it the time. Roger, back to you.
I had visions of this turning into a tax seminar then. When we get Simon on the subject of tax, it's tough to get him stopped. Guys.
Never wanted to join it in the first place.
Yep. You've heard what our business is all about, guys. It's a fun business. You can see lots and lots of people enjoying what they do. You can see lots of faces that are laughing and smiling. That's it as far as the presentation is concerned. There's a couple of things that we want to touch on for the guys that are already in the business. Now, if you're not yet in the business, still stick around and listen to it because it's going to be interesting. For the guys that are in the business, you guys know the benefit of building a team, and you know some of the things that we're doing for you to help you to build the team. So if you've been around us for the last few weeks, you're well aware that we have an automated system coming on board called Diva that will help you to spread the news on social media about IM Academy and help you to build a business without you having to go out and sell to your family, friends, whatever. It's just going to have people coming to you, people who are interested in knowing what this is all about, saying, what do you do and how can I get started? When Simon and I first got started with the idea of trying to build Diva, and Diva wasn't our first attempt at trying to build something. It's taken us 2 years to do this, but we had a number of different ideas that we wanted to try. It's taken us nearly 2 years to get to the point that we've got the package that is just about to launch for you, and we're all excited about it. But Simon and I were talking again today about something else that we've been talking about for years, and we just think would make Diva just that little bit better. Because the number of people that we're going to have coming to us from next week forward, we've just got to put this into perspective. IM Academy has had 130,000 new customers join us in the last 12 weeks. 130,000 customers. Yeah. The majority of that has happened around the world. We're going to have a localized explosion in this country starting next week when Diva gets launched. Someone's just saying, Jamie's just saying to someone that there are 2 Zooms a week. Well, we're thinking we're going to increase the number of opportunity calls like this that we can have, like increase them to a crazy, crazy number, but we can't do it in the same format that we're going to do right now. But Sam and I are working on something that's going to take the number of presentations that we do to being a presentation whenever you have someone that needs it. And we'll be able to literally get as many people as we want. This is something that's going to take some work from Simon and I, but you guys know Simon, he can't keep quiet about it. He wanted to tell everybody about it straight away. I'm going to keep a bit of it quiet, but be aware that there is something coming. It's probably going to take us another couple of weeks to nail it down. But when it comes, it will be an awesome add-on to Diva. And it will be an awesome add-on to Diva that isn't going to cost you anything. It's going to be something, we're going to have to get it funded. We're going to get someone to pay for it, but we're not asking any of you guys to pay for it. It's going to be something extra that will make it even easier. Building this business has just reached a completely new level. So very, very exciting times. For those of you who are just thinking Diva, Diva's going to be with you some point next week, as early as possible as far as we're concerned, but some point next week you will have your hands on Diva. But the add-on, that's going to take another week or two longer, but when it comes, wow, you're going to love that one.
And it's going to be worth it. People are going to be so excited. It's going to be, I heard about it going back about 3 years ago. And I always thought, God, that would be amazing. If we could have that system with the opportunity I was in, then we would crush it, absolutely crush it. And I tell you now, guys, we will be having it with Diva. We will. It's not going to be Diva, but it's going to be as well as Diva. But it's going to be, it's going to be totally different. And no other company has actually got it. That's the sexy bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can't say any more without actually going on about it. So time to stop now. Because otherwise,
People are going,
will blab.
Spill.
You will blab. So we're going to stop that right now, guys. Okay, so the time is.
My wife always tells me I can never hold my own water. I do tend to spill the beans.
Oh,
I'm not going to.
You're the worst person in the world to tell a secret to. 30 years of knowing this guy, worst person in the world to tell a secret.
Andy, I'm not going to spill, mate.
Okay. So, guys, that's what's coming. Diva first, the extras afterwards. You will love it. Right now, quicker than all of that, in another 20 minutes, is Bob Proctor. We have a call in 20 minutes' time with the legendary Bob Proctor. So go on to Go Live. I'd plug it into your TV. That's what I'm going to do. Plug it into your TV, sit back, enjoy yourself, make plenty of notes, because I Am Academy has just such an awesome backup and support system. But when we have people like Bob Proctor partnering with us, there isn't another company on the planet that Bob Proctor will actually partner with and endorse, but he will for this one. So get onto that. We will see you next week. We've got a full schedule of calls next week, and I think Monday's training will be somewhat different. I think Monday's training we might be talking about something called Diva again. So Monday's going to be a special one as well. So guys, have a good weekend. Speak to as many people as you can. Keep people coming forward. This company is moving on like nothing else on earth. But have a good night and enjoy watching Bob Proctor. See you soon, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.